right. What's up, Wolves fans? We're back with another edition of our Monday Morning Howl podcast. I'm here with Coach Rocky Burkett. Again, Rocky, how are you doing this morning?
Doing awesome. Thanks for having me, Landen.
Awesome. Glad to have you.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, it's been, I think we haven't had you on since before winter break-ish. So what do you think? How did the last couple weeks of kind of winter training? Guys are back in school today.
Yeah.
Things are rolling again. And obviously we had a duel on Friday. Just tell me a little bit about how the last couple weeks have been going.
Yeah, it's just been a little different this year than years past. Like typically, even before Christmas break, we get done with the Midwest Classic and finals are done. So, before we leave for Midwest Classic, we kind of have our last practice for everybody not going to Indy. Those guys all leave. Guys get back from Midwest Classic and then they just go home. But, we still had like 3 days left of finals when we got back from that. So everyone was still around. We still trained through that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think. Thursday morning we might have practice, and then guys went home. So we gave them about the same amount of time as before. They usually get around 10 days off with the mandatory NCAA break and a few extra days in there too as well. So no, it was good. I feel like they came back refreshed and everything when we got back. It seemed like everybody was in pretty good shape, other than a couple guys that got sick over break. They were still kind of coming back from an illness, but overall it was fun, man. First time we haven't had like our freshmen and sophomores go back into the dorms for that time period. They actually stayed with some of the upperclassmen, so I think that was a little unique thing. Probably some of them might have got tired of sleeping on couches, or the upperclassmen might have gotten tired of them towards the end being in their house. But I think overall it was a good bonding experience. I think some of them got a chance to hang out a little bit more than we typically would. Everyone's together a little bit more. Sometimes when you're having those practices, you just go back to your dorm room or you go back to your house and just like, because everyone's kind of wore out, and you watch football or something, where I think it's kind of cool to keep those guys together for a little bit. And
I think it was a good way, like you said, to get those guys maybe integrated even more. Like, we have a good team dynamic now, getting the freshmen integrated, but kind of spending a lot of time with some of those older guys. And it sounded like some of those younger guys even learned some adult skills while they were living with some of those guys.
Some of those guys, they learned how to cook some eggs and brown some hamburger, it sounded like, so it was good. And then we also had in there Doug and Elizabeth Newharth. Doug's a Hall of Fame guy from Northern, our first national champ. They always have our team over for dinner at some point during the season, and it worked out this year where we were able to do it over break, so that was good. It's always a good time to get together at their house. I know it's like one of the highlights of Doug's year every year, I think, is just getting everybody together. So, it's cool. Guys get to kind of see, hey man, like this program still means a lot to a lot of people. And obviously it's very generous of them to let us into our house and feed us and stuff. So it's a good time, man.
We see that a lot, especially from Doug, just a lot of alumni that are super invested in the program still, even however many years after the fact that they're actually done. But definitely lucky for that. But so maybe let's talk about a little bit about our duel last week. So we opened up the 2025 season, second half of the year, kind of with USF. How do you think that went?
It was good. You never really know. We were on a long break. I don't think we've ever taken that long of a break over that time period between competitions. And so I was just a little nervous to see how we would react or how we'd be ready. We did some things in practice the previous week to kind of simulate getting ready for an event. So I was hoping that would get us ready. And overall, I thought our guys went out and competed really hard. First of all, we had a great crowd, I think, which was cool. We didn't have students on campus yet because classes didn't start till today. So you're kind of worried a little bit about that. Both basketball teams are out of town. But we had a youth duel beforehand with Ipswich and Aberdeen. So that was cool. So thanks to those programs for coming and doing that. And then we had, it was our alumni night. So we had some of our alumni back, and a little social beforehand. So we did have a really good crowd for that time of year. So happy with that. Thanks to the crowd for showing up and doing those things and supporting us. And overall, I thought we came out and our message to our guys is go out and execute your plan. right? And I think our guys did that, right? Yeah, each of the 10 guys have something different they gotta really be keyed in on, and I thought we started off fast and did some good things. So
yeah, I know a lot of guys. We had several tech falls and a couple of pins. Is that something that kind of we want to keep scoring? If you got the major, get the tech, just keep pouring on them, and it kind of shows that maybe our training, we were in shape. I think.
Yeah,
that's basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think part of being in good shape is going out and scoring the first takedown and kind of setting the tone for what you want to do. And I think we got all of it. Maybe one match, I think we got the first takedown on all of them. So it was good. You know, our guys were aggressive and stuff, and they're aggressive on top too. You know, the points we scored with those tech falls weren't all just neutral or takedowns. So it was good. You know, I think we were kind of aggressive in all positions. So yeah,
definitely. And so that was our first duel. Having Josh Nolan in the corner.
Yep.
I had the chance to have him on the podcast last week. What does it kind of mean to you having him back up here and training? He's been here a few days now training with the guys in the room.
Yeah, it's just an extra set of eyes to help us figure out what we got to work on. It's just somebody else, another voice in the room that's got similar values and philosophies is, you know, myself and Zeke and Seth. And, you know, it's a pretty seamless transition. He's been here on 2 other times for different stints as a grad assistant coach, so he kind of knows what our program's about and stuff like that, and is comfortable with Northern State. So it's been good, man. I think it, you know, it's still trying to figure out like, hey, whose duties are what and stuff like that. But I think we're starting to figure out like, hey, we're gonna have you work with these guys. We're gonna work with these guys. You know, you're gonna be the voice in the corner for this match. Zeke's gonna be the voice in the corner for this match. Seth, you know, whatever. So last Friday was a good duel to kind of get some of those things worked out. And I think we'll just continue to keep having him step up and practice and stuff like that. You know, like right now he's just trying to kind of sitting back a little bit, taking things in. So, but it's been great to have him in the room for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess some of the other things I want to talk to you about. So maybe some of the people watching don't quite know yet. So we're working on building a new locker room.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a new locker room, but
renovating locker room.
Yeah, we're renovating the locker room space. So, Northern's going through some processes. You know, they just renovated softball's locker room, and in the next phase, they're going to do a couple other spaces, and one of those is the old football locker room, which is currently used by us in baseball. So basically, we're still going to have that same space. They're going to be separating it off. So, like right now, it's one big open room for us in baseball. You know, baseball's going to have their own separate space. We're going to have our own separate space, and then we're also converting part of it into a team lounge for wrestling. So, which is nice for us. Obviously, our we're a little unique, and like, you know, after weigh-ins and stuff, we need a space for our guys to have post weigh-in meals, stuff like that. In our locker room is right next to our wrestling room. So now we're gonna have right off of our wrestling room when we finish weigh-ins, they're gonna walk right across the hall into our locker room, and then into our team lounge, which is right off from our locker room, or connected to our locker room. So yeah, and we're gonna have 34 brand new wood lockers that we're working on the design and everything for. We actually did a fundraising campaign. I think we've sold 33 of those, maybe 34. We may have them all sold out. We're really close. So I know a lot of people have responded with that, which has been awesome. We haven't really had to work real hard at it. I think a lot of people were really excited when they heard about it. So we have a lot of supporters here in town. We have a lot of alumni that have given back for those. But yeah, we're still working on developing some sponsorship opportunities to possibly even do some sponsorships within the team lounge itself. Obviously, we're going to have a sink in there. We're looking, you know, to add some other things where guys can be in there to relax in between classes, do some studying, post weigh-in meals, stuff like that. So yeah, man, really excited. Since I've been here, even before I was a head coach, when I was a GA, you know, way back when, we've always shared locker room space. Like, and obviously we're still going to share the shower area with baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Our locker rooms will be separate, but we've never even had a separate locker room. Like we've always had, you know, when I got here with football and the one we're in currently, and then we shared a tiny space in track with men's track and field, and then we came back to football. So, you know, it's gonna be pretty cool. Like our guys, like they deserve it. It's probably long overdue, but yeah, we're pretty excited and thankful to all the people that have given to the project so far, and we're gonna start that. I believe it's. I mean, you never know with state projects, but I think it's gonna hopefully sometime this spring and be finished up by the time season starts. Hopefully, that's what we're hopeful for.
Yeah, we're definitely excited for that. I know it's kind of been in the talks for a while now, but ready to get it rolling now.
Yeah, like I thought. Yeah, we've been trying to get something going for, you know, probably 5 or 6 years now, and COVID and just a lot of things just delay it, and now kind of the perfect time to get it rolling. So
yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I guess just last couple things moving forward. This week got a duel on Thursday at Augustana, 7 o'clock Thursday.
Yep, 7 o'clock Thursday.
Yeah. And then we got a little bit of a grinder couple weeks coming up. We got Love Augustana, Parkside, Mary.
Yep.
What are we thinking going into some of those matches? I know we want to kind of go in and treat them all the same, right?
Yeah, I mean, so really 3 tough opponents. Actually, we have 4 because then after Mary, we have a day off, and then we have Southwest here. But the next 3, Augustana this Thursday, the 16th, and then Parkside the following Saturday, the 25th, and then Mary on the 31st. Those are all going to be away. And all those places have really good home environments. You know, obviously, Augustana is the first one that we got to get ready for. It's in South Dakota, so we have a lot of alumni in Sioux Falls. We're going to do a social beforehand at 5 o'clock at Crooked Pint. So if you guys want to come out and talk Wolves Wrestling, I know our foundation will be down there from 5 to 6:15 at the Crooked Pint, which is a restaurant connected to the Holiday Inn on the north side of town, and then the duel at 7 at the Elman Center. So they're going to have a great crowd. You know, we usually have quite a few people in Sioux Falls, so kind of an in-state little rivalry, man. Obviously, we want to win. They want to win. You know, it's going to be a tough task, man. I think they're top 8 team. Really, they've always been a really great program, and then so yeah, we're looking forward to that. Be some really good individual matchups, and then following that, we're going to take our backups in red shirts to Worthington on that Saturday for the Worthington Open. But our next match for our starters will be, we got to head to Kenosha, Wisconsin, Parkside. I don't know where they're ranked. I think they're top 5 in the country. That'll be a tough one. And then we'll head up to Mary on the following Friday, the 31st, for, I think they're ranked 11th or something. So really good. And that's kind of another little rivalry duel too as well. So it's it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to these next few weeks. Again, obviously, like I said, the Augustana one's the first one up. So we got to be ready for that. It'll be just a challenge, man. Like, see where guys are at. Obviously, big individual regional matchups, and then just some competitive duels, man. I see where our guys are at. You know. It'll be definitely the toughest test they'll have as far as a dual meet that they've had these next few weeks. So and then obviously we have Southwest when we get on February 2nd. So it'll be after that road trip, we'll have a home duel against Southwest on that Sunday. So gotta be ready for all of them, man. That's one of the fun things about competing in this conference, and they have some really good teams, some really good fan bases. And really good coaches, man. I respect all our we have some really, really good coaches. I think I'll say it on camera, man. Like, we got the best coaches in the country in this conference, man. And week in, week out, you gotta be ready to go. So, looking forward to it, man. That's why I like being in this position, and that's why guys come to schools in the SIC to compete in duels like the ones we got coming up. So
definitely, and it certainly gets you ready for regionals and nationals. I mean, you're already wrestling some of the toughest guys in the country throughout the season.
100%.
But I just you kind of touched on it. I mean, some tough duels on the road, but something that I really liked wrestling here was we get a lot of fans coming to our away duels as well.
Yeah.
Like you said, some of those places like Sioux Falls, and I think we got a group of people coming up to the Mary duel.
Yep.
I think that's something super cool for the team as well. Get a lot of fans traveling for us, and I know that helps out a lot too.
For sure. So
Yeah, I think that's all I got for you this week.
awesome, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Let's get a bunch of people down to Sioux Falls and the Elman Center, and excited to go compete again. So
Definitely. All right, go Wolves.
go Wolves.